Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com.
Hey there, Cancer. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your week starting April 5th, 2021. And just a quick heads up for all y'all Patreon supporters out there. Thank you again for being a Patreon supporter. The weekly bonus astrology report will be up here at the end of the night Saturday. I'm recording this on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget, we are also doing double passes with these weekly horoscopes. So we're looking at 2 cards for each subject, which can indicate 2 different themes, 2 different events, just a bit of an extra reading for you. So what is going on when it comes to the astrology for this week? Well, we've actually just recently had, very recently, a few hours ago, Mercury move into Aries, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, and how you make your mark on the world, your legacy. And Mercury's going to be here for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks. And with Mercury in your 10th house, remember Mercury, the planet of communications, haste, speed, and intelligence, we're actually seeing opportunities for you to start drumming up a lot of credibility, a lot of wealth, and a lot of power in your field, in your workspace, and even in your business if you work for yourself, in a very short amount of time. This is a wonderful window for you to actually accelerate paths of advancement that you may already be on, whether it's something that you're doing to assist yourself with maybe getting a promotion, or maybe looking to make some kind of transfer to orient yourself into a better position, if you're trying to actually step into a new workforce, or if you are working on actually trying to accumulate wealth very, very quickly. Mercury in the 10th house can be a way for us to actually take on a lot of very manageable and very easy work and watch that add up quickly. With Mercury in the 10th house, you may also be finding that there are sporadic and spontaneous opportunities to sort of step into a position of greater challenge and greater authority and greater responsibility as you're in much more consistent and close communication with authority figures as well, or maybe influential figures if you yourself are an authority figure. Getting on to your cards, your spiritual themes this week are the Death card upright and the Two of Wands upright. This week, with the Death card upright, you are going to be finding that a lot of long-standing trends and stories and a lot of chapters in your life are just closing. They're kind of already maybe towards their end anyway. A lot of the finishing touches, a lot of the final punctuations will actually start setting in this week. Now with the Death card, it's not necessarily the end of the world, right? The Death card, it goes at a natural progression. You are, as I've always said with this card, you've probably seen a lot of these transitions coming. We just probably didn't necessarily know when or how a lot of these endings were going to occur. With the Death card as a spiritual theme, a lot of things that maybe you are also trying to detach yourself from or graduate from are now going to be letting go, especially if you've been finding they've been stuck to you for far too long. This is, however, a time where you may also be noticing a lot of different timelines, a lot of different priorities, and a lot of different ventures that have been a part of your normal everyday are also dropping off. However, because we've also got the Two of Wands segue, we're also having a lot of new commitments, a lot of new pacts, and a lot of new promises also show up to take their space. Because with the Two of Wands, we actually see a lot of alliances getting formed for you this week. A lot of new doors getting opened by said alliances, as well as even setting the tone for at least the rest of the season, if not the rest of the year 2021. Because the Two of Wands upright, I'm actually seeing a lot of not just promises being made, but also people actually setting you up, not only for what you need, but setting you up with a bit of what they have as a trade. Better as a union, better together, right? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so whatever is ending with the Death card is ultimately making room for that. As we get onto your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. With the King of Pentacles reversed, I am seeing still that this could actually be an incredibly prolific week for a lot of you Cancerian people. In fact, financially, the King of Pentacles reversed is still pretty much almost always good. You know, it's just that the issue with the King of Pentacles reversed can indicate some power struggles when it comes to maintaining your own autonomy and control over your own workload and your own future. And this can sometimes show up where somebody actually does have the power and the resources to tempt us with material gain, and we want to make sure that we are not selling out. In fact, with the King of Pentacles reversed, a lot of you may be finding that you are maybe getting bribed or getting seduced by some of these opportunities that are coming your way. Make sure that you are making the right decisions for not only the now, but also the mid-term future. You don't want to overcommit yourself to something that you can't get out of. Not everything is going to be such a challenge, however, because we are seeing with the Eight of Swords reversed, a lot of you are also getting relieved of a lot of binding agreements or a lot of binding obstacles that you have maybe been appeasing or capitulating to, or having to always constantly work through, work with, or work around. Now, whether with the Eight of Swords reversed, this is something that we incurred long ago as part of, a financial arrangement or something on our credit, or this is something that we took on as sort of a consequence of taking a certain professional step or a certain financial step, we are getting released from it this week. Whether it's the news that we get released or we just have this nice breakthrough all around, we don't have to carry it anymore. As we get onto your communications, friends, relatives, remember it's the guys, the girls, platonic support system, family. We've got the Six of Wands reversed and the Two of Cups upright. And with the Two of Cups up, let's do the top one first. How about that? The Six of Wands reversed. I am seeing a lot of you Cancer people having to do a bit of a rethink, or there seems to be some kind of reevaluation or revision to a certain social group or a certain friendship that needs, you're kind of backpedaling out of an opinion or a commitment that you have made with them, or they you. With the Six of Wands reversed, it could go either way, whether we are reconsidering something that we had maybe judged harshly, and, maybe we realized it wasn't as bad as we thought, or we are reconsidering something where we gave too much credit. Of course, that's going to depend on what's going on with your individual life stream. But the Six of Wands reversed is indicating a complete revision of a lot of your friendships going on at this point in time, especially when it comes to people actually showing you they're not who you pegged them as. And again, whether or not this is a pleasant surprise or an unpleasant surprise, I feel like this is happening with many people all at once, and so it's sort of like yes and yes. However, with the Two of Cups upright, I am also seeing a beautiful opportunity coming up your way, because with the Two of Cups, I am actually seeing an opportunity to blend worlds, very much like that Two of Wands upright, somebody offering to actually get very close and very involved in your life, and possibly in a way where they actually try to either do something for you or escort you to a better space, a better standing, a better project opportunity. Because the Two of Cups, we get really, really close. We tear down a lot of social and emotional walls This could be with a family member. This could be with a friend. Some of you may be finding that somebody is offering to even be a matchmaker of sorts for you this week, really going above and beyond the call of duty. As we get onto your challenges, interestingly enough, you've got the Two of Cups reversed and the Hangman upright. And with the Two of Cups reversed, I feel like this is pointing back to that Six of Wands reversed and that King of Pentacles reversed. You've got to pay attention this week to situations that are either showing signs of developing into or have always been a tug of war and a power struggle. There are certain entanglements and certain commitments that you have that may need to be reevaluated because they have actually started to undermine each other. And you may be finding out that certain individuals in your life may, through their actions or inactions, deliberately or not deliberately, have been undermining your efforts to actually move on to bigger and better spaces. Now, with the Two of Cups reversed, sometimes it's because we are actually in a place where we care about each other, we're good friends, we're good family members, or even partners, but we have different futures in mind. We have different end games in mind. We have to find a way to actually get back on the same page or else start doing things our own way. As we get on to the Hangman as a challenge, we do also have to pay attention to where there are certain things that we might just need to actually wait on before starting to let people in with. Because I'm feeling like this goes very much on top of that Two of Cups reversed. The Hangman upright is indicating because of a lot of these shifts going on in a lot of, especially your social and work priorities, you may be tempted to start saying a lot of yeses and accepting left and right and overbooking yourself and committing yourself to things that ultimately you need to stay very flexible and fluid with. The Hangman as a challenge is also saying pay attention to when you need to start asking people to show you their work, to prove what they're talking about, to give you demonstrations, and save a lot of your big decision making, if you can help it, till maybe the end of the week, as opposed to trying to get everything locked down in the first conversation. Because the Hangman is indicating a lot of stuff that's subject to change is going to get brought up to your attention Monday and Tuesday early in the week. But by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, it's nothing like what we saw on Monday and Tuesday. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. We have to see. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Six of Cups upright and the Two of Swords upright. And with the Six of Cups upright, I'm actually seeing a lot of you Cancerian people having a very sweet, very beautiful, very nostalgic, romantic week, especially when it comes to those of you in committed partnerships, getting a chance to actually bond with your partner over things that you used to love in your youth. Both of you kind of bringing each other into the playroom of one another's inner child. I know that sounds cheesy, but that's what's rolled out, and I don't edit my guides when we talk. The Six of Cups is indicating a chance to actually, have a bit of innocent fun by getting to know each other in a completely different way, taking each other on that walk down memory lane, letting them into your world, letting yourself into their world, and really getting acquainted with each other's roots in such a way you have not before. Maybe even getting a chance to revive things from earlier in our relationship that we missed. For those of you currently single and available, the Six of Cups upright is indicating somebody that either reminds you of or actually is somebody that you may have known from back in the past, or somebody who may have a connection to somebody in your past is also going to be up for grabs this week. For the Two of Swords upright, I do want to mention that it does look like a lot of romantic relationships and a lot of romantic pursuits are also going to be hitting a bit of a crossroads this week, but I'm not getting this as a negative crossroads. The Two of Swords is showing where there may actually be some kind of delay coming with a major romantic priority, and that we are actually better allowing that delay to stay at the delay this week. Whether it's something that you and a partner are trying to do, we're doing a bit of shopping, doing a bit of hunting for it, or maybe it's something that we've been seeking for ourselves. The Two of Swords is indicating that this week, something that we've been actually on a good roll with is going to be taking a bit of a pause, and trying to force it to go is not the way. For those of you who are single and available, the Two of Swords upright is indicating that any romantic opportunities you do come across this week are most likely going to be, again, progressing very slowly and may need to be picked up again next week. So please, again, go about it in a sensible, patient, and of course, balanced in the now way. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.